So if you wanted abundance in the realm of creation, you can't think about abundance and feel lack that you don't have it and wait for your abundance to come.
Hello and welcome to the Pacific Channel, where we talk about the law of attraction, energy healing, meditation, and more. I'm your host, Steve Doherty. In this video, a man named Andrew asked Dr. Joe about how to tune into different frequencies to manifest whatever you want. It's kind of funny because Dr. Joe starts off by saying, let's make this really, really simple. But of course, because it's coming from Dr. Joe, it's not all that simple, right? He talks about how there is this other orderly dimension outside of our 3D reality that's made up of compacted energy and frequency. Its energy is so dense, if you took the fastest frequency and put it into 1 cubic centimeter, there would be greater energy than all the matter known in the universe. And I know that sounds kind of odd and complex. Just let him explain it. And I wouldn't try too hard to overthink it, because basically he's just saying that outside of our 3D reality is this other world, this other universe that we can tap into, and it's the quantum field. I think he mentions this to let you know that if you can tap into that energy and get it to work for you, it's a lot more powerful than anything you can do in our 3D dimensional reality, where we have to move physical matter to get anything to happen or manifest. So he'll go on to explain how to do this with a coherent brain and a coherent heart, and how the way to do it is take your attention off your body and everything you know about your 3D reality. This is why in his meditations, he will get you to focus on space and nothingness. The point is to enter into that zero state where all creation starts. It's the idea that the silence between the notes is where the tiger lies, as Dr. Dyer used to say. Dr. Joe goes on to explain that the goal is to become pure consciousness, which is a place of ultimate connection with everything and everyone. After his scientific data dump, he then goes on to explain if you want abundance, you have to match the frequency of it. Well, how would it feel to be abundant? You'd probably feel freedom or feel worthy. The point is that you must feel that feeling first to create that experience in this 3D dimensional reality. You have to feel it first to create it. Most of us wait for things outside of us to change for us to be happy. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when. For example, I'll be happy when I get that new job. I'll be happy when I get that new house. I'll be happy when I meet the love of my life. We all have been programmed to think this way by media and corporations trying to sell us something. They know that if they can convince you that you're not happy without their product, then you're more likely to buy. But this whole notion that you can't be happy until something happens is totally backward as to how the universe and the quantum field works. Let's listen to Dr. Joe explain it now.
This question is from Andrew. Hello, Dr. Joe. My question is about tuning into different frequencies. Find them, feel them, be more of them and less of you. Can you take us on a deep dive into the process of this? Finding, feeling, and tuning into the frequency of. Thank you.
You're welcome, Andrew. Thank you for the question. Yeah, sure. Let's make it really simple for everybody. The most stable form of energy is matter. It's still a frequency. Matter has a consciousness. There's a slowest vibration that's gravitationally organized energy. That's matter. The slowest frequency that we perceive with our senses. And Bohm called this reality that we live in the explicate order. That's the unfolded reality, the slowest frequency that we experience as separate beings, so separate that we have our own free will to create the way we want. Turns out that the rest of the known universe, you think about a planet or a moon or a star or the number of stars in that empty space that's out there that the Earth is part of. It's kind of floating in the void, in a vacuum, in nothing. Quantum physicists are wondering how in the heck the Earth just kind of floats, and how things move around the sun, and how the sun moves and our solar system moves in the galaxy. And so there's kind of rhythms within rhythms, cycles within cycles. And so quantum physicists are looking at what is this implicate order, Bohm called it the implicate order, that's made of energy. And there's so much energy in that vacuum, in that space, that if you took the very fastest frequency and you put it in, which is about 10 to the minus 17 centimeters, and you put that in 1 cubic centimeter, there would be more energy, there would be greater energy in that cube than all of the matter in the known universe. So there's this order that exists beyond this explicate order, our three-dimensional reality that we perceive with our senses, that's really energy and frequency, and it's not empty. It's actually very full. It's more full than empty, and that frequency carries information, and so we're immersed in this energy, but we're unaware of it. Okay, then it would make sense then if you live in three-dimensional reality and you got to do things to create, you got to move your body through space, and it takes time and energy to get what you want, and you can get really good at that, and that's the game here that's programmed into this experience. But what if you start creating from that implicate order, the unfolded, where energy and frequency exists, and you had a coherent brain? That would really, really begin to resonate a very specific signal in the field. And you had a coherent heart, that would be a wonderful magnet that could draw the experience to you if you married that clear intention and the elevated emotion, and you could take all of your attention off of your body, all of your attention off all the known elements that make up three-dimensional reality in the environment. Now think about your cell phone, your car, where you need to be, where you need to go, what meeting, what happened yesterday, what happened tomorrow. Now think about time, the predictable past and the familiar future. Get out of that linear line of time and disinvest all of your attention and energy out of everything physical and material or known to you, and you put it on that implicate order. That undivided wholeness that Bohm talked about is what creates the explicate order. In fact, it's just a one version of it. So the multi-dimensional reality that exists in the quantum is very different than the three-dimensional reality that we're experiencing. So if you could truly get there and become pure consciousness, become an awareness, aware of nothing, the act of being in that vacuum and void is really choosing to become aware of frequency and energy. And in this realm, everything's connected. There's no separation because there's nothing to be separated from. And if you're pure consciousness, you're going to create a frequency in that vacuum or void. And in order for matter to appear in that vacuum or void, there has to be a vibration set into motion, or a frequency. So then if you had the thought of some experience that exists in the quantum field, and you became aware of one possible reality, and there's infinite number of those, once you become aware of that possibility, you're selecting a new potential in the quantum field that you want to experience in three-dimensional reality, okay? So what is that possibility? So what is the thought of that possibility, to become aware of that possibility? By you becoming aware of that possibility, becoming aware of that new potential in the quantum field that you want to experience, the thought of what that is would produce the feeling of that frequency. So if you wanted abundance in the realm of creation, you can't think about abundance and feel lack that you don't have it, and wait for your abundance to come to take away the lack. No, in this realm, you got to feel it first before you experience it, okay? So what does that mean? Well, every thought has a frequency, so let me get into the frequency of the thought of my abundance. I should feel something like freedom, or being worthy, I don't know. That whatever the frequency of whatever that means to you feels like, if you could feel that, you would be literally, with a coherent brain, disturbing that entire vacuum or void with a very coherent, organized pattern. That's what frequency looks like. It's the beautiful cascade of patterns that happen from the thought. Okay, so now I'm touching the consciousness. I am in source, I am the creator, I am the consciousness of everybody, of everyone, of everything, everywhere, every time. Okay, the thought I'm thinking in this vacuum, in this void, is producing the frequency of feeling free from abundance. Okay, I'm sending the signal out with my brain. Okay, I'm going to begin to create frequencies or energy in that implicate order that are going to slow down into three-dimensional reality in time. Okay, but let me feel it with my heart, and if I'm the source of the creation, and source is pure love, the more love I feel in my heart, the more coherent it is, the more in love with that future I am from this void, this vacuum, this nothing, this ether, this empty space that's rich and full with energy and frequency. If I could fall in love with it, and the heart has a magnetic field, the more coherent the heart, the more connected I am to that future. I could bond to that future in a realm beyond space and time. And the heart, the frequency, is literally bonding us beyond space and time. It's what bonds us energetically. So it becomes the glue that begins to fabricate or make matter. So if I could feel the feeling of the future before it happens with my heart, and the heart is a magnetic signature, then I would be drawing this experience to me. Well, if I'm source, why would I have to go anywhere to get it? I should be able to be connected to it and draw it to me. And the whole purpose of this is to synchronize your energy with brain and heart coherence and create from the field instead of from matter. And check out the experiment to see if you could really refine that signal and have a Wi-Fi signal that begins to cause those events to occur in your life, only for the reason to shorten the distance between the thought of what you want and the experience of having it. And instead of having to go and get it, somehow those experiences begin to manifest man in hand, manifest from the hand, to be able to feel it, to experience it with your senses. So you want to see if you could actually create the effect in your life in a shorter amount of time. And so that's the experiment. And when you synchronize your energy every day and you keep doing it, I say you should get familiar with it. And if you get familiar with it, it'll be your new energy. And so many people in this work that are involved in the experiment always say the same thing to me. I'm not doing anything. Well, they've done the work to tune up their autonomic nervous system with brain and heart coherence, like a tuning fork to different frequencies or energies, and they start resonating more coherent light, more coherent energy. And the more coherent the energy, the clearer the signal. So I think we can get really good at doing it sitting down with our eyes closed. Then we got to get really good at doing it with our eyes open and stay in the experiment and see if it happens. So synchronizing your energy to different frequencies, when we're creating from that implicate order, that's where the explicit manifests. It's the outpicturing of what we do from that hidden reality beyond our senses. And I think that being able to shorten the distance between the cause and the effect, between the thought of what we want and the experience of having it, from one point of consciousness wanting something, another point of consciousness having it, I think when we can shorten the distance between the two, we're shortening the experience in time. And the closer we get to source, or the more connected we feel to that undivided wholeness, the shorter amount of time it should appear in three-dimensional reality. And that's when it gets to be fun and exciting.
So with a coherent brain, you send the signal out into the universe or quantum field for what you want. And with your coherent heart, you attract it back to you. It's intention and then allowing, intending and then surrendering. And the more that you can send the thought vibration out with an elevated emotion of excitement or passion or joy, without resistance or doubt, then the quicker it will come to you, the sooner that you'll experience it in your life. One of the things that Dr. Joe doesn't mention here is that it's best to wait until morning time and meditate then to elevate your frequency and emotion. When you sleep at night, you basically reset your vibration and allow it to naturally float without any negative thoughts or feelings. That's why it's best to meditate as soon as you get up in the morning. Another thing that you can do is when you get up in the morning, write what you are grateful for in a grateful journey. Write in your journal every day. It doesn't have to be long, just 5 to 10 things that you are grateful for to put your vibration and brain into the right mindset. I like to write in my journal a few things that I am grateful for, then meditate, and then visualize. But I try to visualize just for the pure pleasure of visualizing and not to try to manifest anything. Dr. Joe also said that if you get your brain and heart and intention in coherence, then the clearer the signal will be out into the quantum field. And that's part of the fun of all of this, is to see if you can get things to appear into your life in a shorter amount of time than before. The rather ironic thing is that if you can get yourself into that feeling place of already having manifested what you want, then you will feel so complete and so whole that it doesn't even matter if it does manifest. The whole reason why we want anything is because we believe that we will feel better when we have it. So why not take the shortcut? Why not go for the feeling first anyway? Especially because that's actually the only way that creation works. That's how you manifest what you want. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share it. Share it with people who you know would benefit from this discussion. Thanks for watching, and now go manifest a great day or night.
Christmas is coming, and we would love to give back to our Pacific family. We are offering 2 lucky winners a ticket to Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long retreat in Cartagena, Colombia, worth $2,300 each. To enter the giveaway, you must be a subscriber to our channel Pacific. Like this video, comment your manifestation goals for the year 2023, share this video with any 5 people, and stay tuned on our channel as we will declare the winner soon. Please refer to the description below for more info. Good luck!